Good morning, family. It's another beautiful day out today. We are going to hit the triple digits again, so I thought I would give you a morning tour before I start watering. So we'll start right here with my newest purchase, which is a goji berry. Now I'm one of those people, I've never had a goji berry before, but I want to try it. So what better way to try it than to grow it myself? The only problem is, from what I can tell, everything that I've done, all the research that I've done, these spread. So I have to figure out where to plant it in an area where I can contain it. But a goji berry is considered to be a superfruit. Now, if you remember at the beginning of the pandemic, I did buy some fruit trees. A loquat tree was one of the trees that I really wanted. And as you can see, it has beautiful new growth on it. It's doing pretty good over here. I have to give it a little bit of shade in the late afternoon because, like I said, we do hit the triple digits even though this is full sun. If you can tell how soft and fuzzy these leaves are, they do start to burn, and I was getting a little bit of scorch marks on them. I have the apple tree over there, which has gotten pretty tall, but it's not, producing anything yet. I don't know what's going on with the Meyer lemon. It did have fruit all over it for months, and the fruit wasn't getting any bigger, nor was it pushing out any new buds. The fruit wasn't ripening. So you know what? I finally got to the point that I just took the fruit off the other day, and as soon as I took it off, now I'm starting to get a few new leaves. The pomegranate tree has actually given me a couple of inches of growth, and I've had a few blossoms down there. The same with the Mexican lime. You see all of this new growth on here. And the mandarin orange, look at all of that. So we're doing pretty good with the trees. And back here, I do have my succulent area. This is my succulent garden. My garden is pretty much in, I guess you could say, 4 parts if I count this patio here with the fruit trees on it. I still have the temporary shade structure up because, like I said, we're in the triple digits and things start to burn. This way. This is another newer purchase for me. This is a crepe myrtle. It is a dwarf crepe myrtle, so it will stay shrub size. It was on clearance for $13. It was a little twiggy. I brought it home. I cleaned it up, gave it a good bath, good soaking, and look at all of that lush green new foliage. This is a pink one. It will get beautiful pink. Let's see. Flowers all over it, and it's going to be beautiful. I also added these 2 urns, one on this side and one on this side. You guys have to excuse the soil and everything there, but I have a working garden. My garden is always a work in progress. It's not for show, I guess you could say. So constantly you'll see things around. But I did plant these urns up with succulents. These were all succulent clippings from the succulents that you see over there in the ground. Everything except for the paddle plants. The paddle plants were purchased. So these are just getting started, and hopefully they will start to fill out. Over here in this part of my succulent garden, I do have drought tolerant plants. So you will see I have the blue fescue along the sidewalk, and then I have 2 types of lavender over here. If you remember, this is the lavender that I got from the 99-cent only store, and it's doing great. These are the sunflowers that I put in. You have the white pentas, more lantana, because of course I love lantana. The sticks on fire. I also have some gladiolas over there, but if you can see, they are pretty spent right now. So I doubt they'll bloom again. They usually only put out 1 set of blooms for me, and that's it. the extension to my succulent garden, which I need to stop calling it that. I mean, it is part of the succulent garden now. You can see I got the long fingers over there. I've got the agave. We've got aloe vera, purple heart, echeveria, the Mexican hen and chicks, more aloe vera and purple heart. And then we move into the beginning of my vegetable garden. Everything in this bed here was from the 99-cent only store, and as you can see, they have almost doubled in size. So I do have the 2 pear tomato plants. I have the Greek oregano down here, and then we have the sweet basil. And as you can see, these are already starting to fruit. So we have some little tomatoes down there, and we have one over here. These are the tiniest tomatoes I have ever seen. So you know what, let's start back here with the melon bed. So here I have my beautiful giant, do you see that? That is a honeydew melon. It has gone all the way over the trellis, back down and under the trampoline. It is a monster. I also have cantaloupe and watermelon down here also. This is a sugar baby watermelon, and I cannot wait for it to start producing. On this side, I have the cucumbers. I had radishes down the middle. As you can see, we've already taken those up. And these cucumbers are already starting to push out. Let's see if we can get under there. Some little tiny ones down there. Gotta go against the sunlight right now for you guys to see those. But there's quite a bit of them. And got some growth up here. Although, I don't know, they might be in competition now with this Biltmore tomato plant because it's pushing all the way over to this side. This tomato plant, I'm 5'7", and this is going right about my nose. So it's a pretty nice size. It is determinate, so it shouldn't get any bigger. I was kind of concerned that it was getting bigger and bigger, but no fruit. But as you can see, let's see. It is pushing out fruit, which I'm kind of happy because I'm the only one in the house who eats tomatoes. So I was kind of thinking that maybe I had taken up space that could have been used for something that my entire family would be able to eat and not just me. So I was glad to see that it actually started pushing out fruit and that I didn't waste the space. So underneath my tomatoes, oh, look at that. Got more of them in there. So underneath the tomatoes, I have strawberries. I usually try to kind of leave the strawberries on for when the grandbabies come. They always want to come out and pick. And there's usually a couple of them out here for them. These were my clearance plant strawberries. There were 3 of them. And now I think there's probably 6 or 7 plants down there. This right here has become my favorite plant in my garden. This is a ground cherry. Now, before I planted this, I had never even seen a ground cherry before. This plant keeps fruit on it. I mean, it is constantly covered in fruit, and it gives me at least a handful every day. And the way you know when the fruits are ready is, let's see if I can find one. Oh, on the other side over there. Their skin turns a papery color, and they not only will drop off, but if you touch them, they will just pretty much fall into your hand. Let's see if I can get one down there. Of course, we got spider webs. Oh, there's one right there. All right, so you see how that one is not green like the others? That papery yellow is what you want to see. And if I were to reach in there, oh, there's another one down here. That one's not quite ready. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. And that one's not quite ready either because it didn't just fall off into my hand. So I'm not gonna pull it. It'll probably be ready by the end of the day. I do have a handful inside from yesterday. Let's see over here. This is a lemon cucumber. I am dying to see what they taste like. My husband loves to make limeade, and he loves fresh cucumber and limes in it. So I'm hoping that this lemon cucumber will add the exact flavor that he's looking for. These are my 2 pepper plants, and these little guys are amazing. So this one here, let's see how many are on here. There's 2 of them just sitting in there right there. And got more over here on this side. Now in the beginning, look at that. It's my little garden helper. He's gonna go through and he's gonna eat all the things on my plants that I don't want there. In the beginning, this one over here was my big producer, but the other one has slowly taken over. So this one has that little one there. We've got a little tiny one forming right here. Yeah, like I said, that one doesn't have as many, but this one over here, it's got quite a few of them on there. And I've already harvested 4. I did have to come out here and put up umbrellas because, like I said, we are in the triple digits. And I came out one day and the biggest one I had on there was scorched down one side. So I ended up having to pick that one and put up some umbrellas just so that I can save some of my produce out here. This is another tomato plant. It is a pear tomato. It also came from the 99-cent only store. This one has buds on it, but it's not fruiting yet. Down here, I do have the kitchen scraps, the onions, and then this was my kale. So there were 2 different types of kale down here. And as you can see, yeah, I got a few leaves coming back, but I've picked most of it. And these are my bush beans. Came out here one day, and earlier, actually, what was that? Sunday? Today is Tuesday, so Sunday. And these were like laying down, and I didn't know why. And I kept watching the beans up top, waiting for them to develop because I had little beans up here, and I had no idea that they were loaded underneath with beans. So you can see some of them are still down over here, but like I said, with this heat, it's kind of hard keeping everything upright right now. You can see how the leaves are scorching, but you know, for 100-degree temps, they are actually doing well. You can also see the backside of this honeydew melon over here. Look at that, it just wants to keep going.